Welcome to the Gambia. This is the Gambia River, and it flows the entire way from the east of the country all the way to the coastline.
Hi, I'm Will. This is Chris, and we're going to attempt to paddle the entire length of the country. 470 kilometers of stunning landscapes, amazing wildlife, and extreme heat.
I am absolutely
Meeting local communities and coming face to face with hippos. Join us on our adventure as we travel the entire length of the Gambia. We had made it to Komodo Point, about 70 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean.
After this point here, there's not really any land protection from the Atlantic Ocean, so the waves could get potentially quite big. At the moment, it's quite flat, but that could change very easily.
Here, all we decide is to talk to one of the boat captains to be a backup, backup support behind us, to in case of any emergency that might occur. Who knows what might happen? Even in a minute, tides can change. And
I mean, this river, like later on, is more than a 10-kilometer crossing point, like from bank to bank, which is huge. I mean, that takes us like an hour and a half. So if something goes wrong out there and we've got no backup, no support or anything, then, could be game over. And we'd quite like that not to happen. Yeah, we're gonna get a fisherman's boat or something, put our stuff on it, have them follow us behind, so if we do capsize, we'll just be fine. Our stuff will be dry, we'll be wet and miserable, but at least at least we'll be safe and we'll do the trip in the same boat. So that's the plan anyway. That is potentially the biggest fish I've ever seen.
whoa!
Jesus. How do I put it back? That's crazy. That was your catch?
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, man. Went to the local really small shop just to buy a drink or something, and they gave us some food, like a whole meal. A spicy fried rice with oysters. This town here is like pretty well known in the Gambia for its oysters. There are absolutely loads of them around.
This one is a raw one. It's not yet cooked, but the other one is already cooked.
The raw oysters are then cooked over a large fire before they are shucked.
Because this boat is not belong to them. They used to rent the boat. They will go and pay the owner of the boat. So they need a help who can sponsor them to have their own boat. If they have their own boat, you will see that they will a very good income there.
The next morning we were gifted these prawns and oysters from the morning catch. and after our delicious breakfast, we had to buy some fuel for our support boat.
This is 1 liter. Yeah, 1 liter. Then the local petrol station.
Yeah.
But my intention in future, if I can able to have a very good business, so that business record keeping is very important in business.
That's my job back home.
Yeah.
I'm an accountant.
You are
Yeah.
an accountant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is what I do.
Yeah, Williams, you are very good man. I appreciate you.
Our support boat lasted for about 200 meters. They turned around to go get stuff to make tea. So we're on our own again. Oh, thank you.
Nice,
We were now approaching Kunta Kinte Island. The fort that had been built here was used by the British during their colonial occupation during the West African slave trade.
When you pull up to the island, as we're paddling towards it, it's really stunning. It's got the old fort, it's got lots of baobab trees. It looks amazing, and it's such a stark contrast to the absolute atrocities that occurred here. The conditions people would have been kept in would have just been absolutely horrific. It's really difficult to imagine. When it rained, this filled up with water, and that's what the slaves used to drink.
So how many men you assuming to be packed here? Over 40, 50 or 60 people inside here. So after packing them inside here, the only thing they could help them with is food. This is where they pass them their food. And when the food comes in here, it's like survival of the fittest. If you are not fit, you don't make it. So only the strong ones survive. At some point, high tides come. All down might be full of water. Water will be over your knees and stuff, like that. So this is how most of them lives here. So escaping from this point here, who would ever do it? To swim over how many kilometers? This is about 3 or 4 kilometers away. So swimming, without good food in your stomach, how best would you do it? Next minute you sink in the river. And when they have some weapons standing around, when they see you going, they make a gunshot. And eventually you die.
But the island will not be around forever. Much of the original fort has already been lost, and in 3 generations, the river is expected to rise, swallowing it completely. Preserving this island's history is necessary to ensure that the mistakes of the past are not forgotten.
So just about to leave, 2 days to go. This is our support boat here. Man's loading it up now. You ready, Chris?
Yeah, man. Ever ready.
Nice beach we're on, actually. Definitely feels like the sea now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does feel like the sea and no longer a river. We have potentially a difficult crossing, which is why we have a support boat, in case we capsize. Let's go get it, man. Let's go get it.
Yeah, on our way, man.
All we could hope for was a gentle crossing. But unfortunately, we didn't get one.
Oh, God. Here we go. isn't the most elegant in these waters. Getting absolutely slapped about at the moment. We're just paddling in a straight line basically, just getting absolutely battered. Yesterday, we f***ed up. Right, our first mistake was that we underestimated the crossing of the river. We were getting continuously battered by the waves. 5 hours of non-stop paddling, no breaks, getting absolutely battered. Next mistake was that we forgot to get food. So we had to go into a town that was pretty far back from the river. And our last mistake, which was by far our biggest mistake, was disturbing the army. So we accidentally pulled up to a jetty for a fuel depot that was guarded by security and also the army. They made us paddle backwards to where we've already come from, wouldn't let us camp near the river, told us off a little bit. You know, the guy with a gun came to say hello. So basically we then had to take our bags and our tents and stuff and walk all the way into town to find somewhere to sleep. We had no actual cash with us either, no food, 1 bottle of water, but we survived. And as a result, we now have quite a long walk this morning back to the boats. So here we are. Made it to the boat, nothing's been stolen. Stopped by the army again briefly, but we're about to head off for the last 15 kilometers of the entire length of the Gambia. It's time to finish this. It's time to finish this.
Yeah, time to finish.
The hippos, they couldn't stop us. The spitting cobras, they couldn't stop us. Paddling through the 45, 46 degree heat, did that stop us, Chris?
No.
No, it didn't stop us.
Nothing can stop us.
The wind didn't stop us. The tides didn't stop us.
Yeah.
Could the army stop us?
No.
Yeah, but also they didn't stop us.
No.
Food poisoning, that couldn't stop us.
No.
It halted us, but it didn't stop us.
Didn't stop us.
Nothing is stopping us
Nothing at all.
from paddling the whole length of the Gambia.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going insane.
Celebration.
Come on.
Celebration time.
Oh yes, the nerves every time. As we're so close, I thought I'd go for a swim. It's not exactly deep here. Back and back. Coming into the creeks now. We are done with the big river. Get in! make it. We got beached.
We made it.
Wow, what an adventure that was. I can't quite believe what we've just done. We've just paddled the length of the Gambia, an entire country, from the Senegalese border to the Atlantic. To the best of my knowledge, we are the third trip, the third expedition to paddle the full length of the country, and I am the youngest to do so. It's not been easy at times. Paddling for hours and hours every day is tough work. We've suffered paddling through 45-degree heat. Days against the wind that just seemed endless, food poisoning and everything in between. We've slowly seen the river transform, and with it, the country. From jungles to grasslands, from mangroves to wetlands. The wildlife has blown me away at times. Travelling quietly and slowly has enabled us to get so close to so many amazing animals. But what will stick with me are the communities that we passed through that made my trip so special. Life can be tough here, but the people have been so consistently generous and just gave so much. Every day we've been met with acts of kindness and generosity that go beyond hospitality. If you want to help any of the communities that I pass through, please get in touch. Trips like this are completely unique, a collection of moments in time that just can't be replicated. This has been a dream of mine for years, and I didn't even know if it would be possible. But I do now. If you really want to do something, just go after it. See you on the next one, and thanks for watching.